Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. Very busy day, but it was so amazing. I'm physically tired, but I'm really pumped up. We had the first day of our fundraiser yard sale. I know you've been hearing me talk about it every day. You're like, oh my gosh, will this guy shut up about this? It's fun. It's a lot of work. And we've had some great volunteers come in and help so much. And we did really good on our first day. We're doing it tomorrow also. So if you're around in this area, come by and see us, maybe buy something, right? But we did really good. But I tell you, the most exciting thing is just getting to meet people. You know, it's a small community out here, kind of isolated. And we got to meet so many new people. I mean, I know a lot of people around here, but, you know, there's always people you don't know. And got to stop by and talk to them and just make connections. And I'm telling you, that was really the most exciting part about having this sale today. And then tomorrow, we'll do it again tomorrow. And so we're very excited about that. So Russia has announced that they are planning a big retaliation against Ukraine. That's not a big surprise. I think the surprise is that it's taken so long, right? China is warning its citizens that if you're in Ukraine, that you should probably get out. NATO is moving brigades onto Finland's border to kind of fortify that. There seems to be a lot of movement in that area because there's this belief that, you know, Russia is gonna hand it to Ukraine. Now, before you get too excited, positive or negative, we have heard this before, and the retaliation wasn't too significant, but this time is different. We've got Ukraine moving in and taking pretty significant grounds in Russia. A lot of civilian casualties in Russia. They've attacked Moscow. They've attacked a nuclear power plant in Russia. They've taken out several bridges. They've taken out barges. And it's been basically, I guess you could say, proven that they definitely were the ones that took out the Nord Stream pipeline. So there's a lot of stuff going on that hasn't happened the last times that Russia, you know, said they were gonna move in and do some big strike to slap Ukraine for something that they had retaliated against Russia for. So that's changed. Iran is still saying that they're going to go after Israel, but I think the world's kind of lost its interest in that. But maybe that's part of Iran's plan, is to really catch them off guard. They know that the biggest hurdle in attacking Israel is Israel's defenses, because it includes the United States defenses. And so if they can, you know, make it look like they've given up and kind of catch them when they're, you know, taking a breath and relaxed, maybe that's the plan. I don't know. Probably something really big in the news that's not getting talked about. There's a pending potential union strike on the East Coast at the big shipping docks. This is coming up potentially. Now, we've seen potential strikes that's at the very, you know, midnight hour, they resolve them. But from what I understand, it's September 30th is when the final, you know, shebang happens. And if they haven't come up with a deal by then, well, you know, it could be a strike. And they're saying that this is big enough that it could shut down the eastern seaboard of shipping. So much so that big suppliers like Walmart and other companies, it's being said that they are rapidly stockpiling as much as they can. They're trying to order in as much stuff as they can and stockpile it, because they believe that this strike is potentially imminent. That's actually very important, because a lot of the goods that you and I and everybody else use come through that eastern. I keep saying eastern. I think it's western. I'm sorry. I think I just realized that. But anyways, you know what I'm saying. A lot of stuff comes in, and if these ports get shut down due to a strike, well, that's going to exacerbate everything else. But honestly, is it that big of a surprise? Looking at this landscape of what's going on, and I've said this many times before, at this point, we have to just assume that everything's on the table and that anything's a possibility. Alex Jones, and I as much as some of you may think it's shocking, I don't really follow Alex Jones too much anymore. I think he's, well, anyways. But he did say today that he believes, he has intel or whatever it is, that the deep state is trying to take out Donald Trump and blame it on Iran. And today, Donald Trump was down in Arizona, and I guess at the last minute or during this interview, they whisked him away. He had to leave real quick, and now it's in the news that they'd gotten word that there was someone there attempting or had plans to attempt to assassinate Donald Trump, and the guy is a wanted criminal now. They're looking for him. I would not rule this out. I know that there was the attempt a few weeks back, but I would not rule this out. I don't know if you've kept up on the previous attempt with the ear and the guy that did that, but in the last few days, it's come out that the guy that did that, or the guy that they claimed did that, remember, he's a young kid. I'm going based on the official story, right? He was a young kid, kind of a social outcast, didn't have too many friends, had no social media. How many people under 25 had no social media? But now it's come out that he had encrypted accounts in other countries. This is too weird. I don't think probably anyone that can, rub two brain cells together is probably thinking that this guy was just some kid that was disgruntled and acted alone. If he was acting under the direction of some deep state or whatever, and then, and they meant to finish the job, they're very possibly going to do it again. This is becoming a bigger and bigger possibility. Several big people in the media have talked about this. Tucker Carlson, he believes that they're going to try to take him out. Now Alex Jones, I know he's been saying it, but it's something new that he's talking about. If that were to happen, I'm just saying, if that were to happen, you probably better very rapidly get yourself where you need to be. I think that would be one of those trigger things, that triggers your activation plan. Kind of like getting struck with a nuclear weapon. If the United States got hit, or if an aircraft carrier got taken out, or something like that. Trump getting taken out, whether you like him or not, regardless of that, that would probably be something, a reason to kind of go active. Now, you may be able to kind of back down from that, but definitely something to go active. So when you see all this stuff that's going on, wars and pandemics and everything else, and now a potential strike at the ports that could greatly reduce the supply chain, the election, illegals pouring in, does it really make any sense to not get yourself prepared, to not keep actively doing it? I read the comments sometimes. I'll admit I don't read the comments often. It's a lot, and I'm busy. But when I do read them, I see a lot of you saying that I am getting ready. I am stocking up. I am doing this. And I want to commend you on that and encourage you to keep doing. And then as much as you possibly can, try to push yourself a little bit more. That's a problem that we as humans, especially Westerners, whatever we're doing, we set a goal and we're like, okay, we've done it. We've done enough. Push yourself harder, whatever it is. You're trying to learn a skill, you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to get in shape, whatever it is. Push yourself a little bit harder, a little bit more above what you think you can do. Don't set your goals so high that they're unattainable. But I believe firmly in setting our goals just beyond what we think that we can handle. And push yourself to meet those goals, and then set them a little bit higher and a little bit higher. Do that in your preparations. If you believe that you can only stock up on 1 case of green beans a week, let's just say, well, do a case in 4 or 5 cans. Whatever it is, push yourself a little bit more. Because it's getting there, folks. It's getting there quickly. And the level of chaotic devastation that could ensue when you're looking at all this stuff. Cyber attacks, let's not forget that one. That one's definitely out there and a strong possibility. There's been several major cyber attacks in the United States and abroad just in the last several weeks. All of these things coming together, it's a recipe for destruction. Now, does that mean it is going to happen? Not necessarily, but we still really have a duty, an obligation to ourselves and to our family and community to do everything that we can to get prepared for it, because as more of these events transpire, as we're closer and closer to the election and we see all the stuff going on, then there becomes a greater and greater chance that at least 1, 2, or 3, or maybe even a bunch of all of these things going on could actually happen. So now's not a time to relax. It really just isn't. And I'm not trying to be insensitive and all that kind of stuff. It's just not a time to sit back and kind of, take a break, take a breather. Now's the time to work really hard. Push yourself. Whatever it is, whether it's your physical body, your preps, your skills, your development of your homestead, whatever it is, you need to push yourself above and beyond what you think you can handle, because you're certainly not going to regret that later on. It's time to get your houses in order, folks, and to prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.